guys, so today I am so excited because, as you could tell from the title, I am reading Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I am so excited to be finally reading this. It is probably too late to be starting a book, but it's Colleen Hoover, so we're obviously going to do it. I have heard nothing but great things about this from people who have read arcs of it, and I watched the Amazon live thing that Colleen Hoover did today. It came out yesterday, and she mentioned like probably 5 times that this is a really sad book. So I'm expecting tears. I am expecting just all of the emotions. So I thought that we would vlog it today and see how I do with it. I really don't know too much about it other than that it deals with a mom who has lost custody of her daughter because she went to prison, I think is kind of the setup. And there is this guy whose name, I think Ledger Ward, a local bar owner. He is one of the few remaining links to her daughter. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to be annotating this book. I usually don't annotate my books, but I thought that I would want to remember some of the monumental things in this book. So again, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to start this. Okay. What an odd interaction. Imagine showing up to an apartment and the person saying, "Welcome to Paradise Apartments. I'll bring you a kitten once you get settled." Wait, what? A kitten? Yeah, a kitten. Like a cat, but smaller. No thank you. I don't want a kitten. I have too many. I don't want a kitten. Who wouldn't want a kitten? Me. Like, why is this woman handing out kittens? That's so weird. She gets to the apartment and they're like, "You want a cat?" Actually, they don't even give her a choice. They're just like, "I'll bring you a kitten." So I'm currently on page 52 of Reminders of Him, and I just took some quick notes so I didn't get into spoilers to keep myself on track of not spoiling anything. I did want to read 2 quotes that really stood out to me, so I'll put a timestamp here for when I'm done reading the quotes, because I know that quotes can kind of be a spoiler. They don't hit as hard, you know? So skip to that if you don't want to hear the quotes. So on page 13 and 14 it says, "He tasted like expensive $8 coffee from Starbucks with caramel and whipped cream and a cherry. It's why I kept kissing him. Not because I enjoyed the kiss or him or his hand on my waist, but because I missed expensive flavored coffee. And you. I miss expensive flavored coffee and you." That was so sad. Like, just I don't know. That quote hit me, made me sad. So the next one is on page 16. It's right after that previous one, so she was just coming in hard with the emotional quotes. "Life can be so cruel and hard, and I've wanted to quit living it so many times, but then moments like these remind me that happiness isn't some permanent thing we're all trying to achieve in life. It's merely a thing that shows up every now and then, sometimes in tiny doses that are just substantial enough to keep us going." This book is very sad, and I just think it's really putting me in my feels. And I mean, I'm only 50 pages in, so nothing crazy has happened, but I'm already feeling the emotions. So we've met Ledger and Kenna. Those were the 2 POVs that we get in the book. Kenna is searching for her daughter, Diem, who she lost custody of while she was in prison. She had her and then was forced to give her up due to her being in prison. And so she is just trying to find her, and that's kind of the journey that we're following right now. I don't even have kids, and this book is just making me feel very emotional. It's just really getting to me. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I think just reading about how she is coping with all of the other things in her life, and then also just reading about how much she wants to find her daughter, it's all just very heartbreaking. Kenna is a very sad woman, and I think that she's just
dealt with a lot and there's not a ton working for her, which is really sad. I do get to see Diem, and I have mentioned before on my channel that I usually do not like kids in books, mainly because I think that the authors sometimes try to make kids very pretentious and smart and just like, I don't know, they're sometimes really annoy me in books. She has not done that yet, but then again, we just met her, but I do think that she's funny, and I don't think she's a completely unrealistic 4-year-old. That might be because I love Colleen Hoover's writing, so I'm just being a lot more generous with my thoughts and I'm not critiquing it as much, but so far it hasn't bugged me. I am excited to keep going. Like I said, I'm only 50 pages in and I've already been, I haven't cried, but it's just made me emotional. Like, I don't know, it's just a very sad story. Hey guys, so I am 101 pages into Reminders of Him. First, I just wanted to keep saying, I know I said this in the first one, Colleen Hoover's writing is just phenomenal in this book. There is this one scene where Kenna is really putting herself into someone else's shoes and understanding why they have the feelings towards her that they do, and it just broke me. I mean, it didn't make me cry yet. I have not cried yet, but I just feel like it's bound to come because this entire time I've just had a lump in my throat. I just feel very sad because you are learning so much about the characters already, and you're learning how this one mistake that Kenna made has not only severely impacted her life, but also so many people around her. There is also this really heartbreaking scene where Kenna has been piecing together where she thinks her daughter might be. She does decide to just go for it and go to this place, and I don't want to give anything away, but it's just so heartbreaking. It was really just tearing me up inside. I'm not a book crier. Like, I really don't cry in books, but I just like, I don't know, just talking about it is just making me feel so sad. We also learn more about when Kenna had Diem in prison and what that experience was like for her. And again, like I've said it a million times, but it's just really heartbreaking. I think that this story is just so sad, the entire thing. It's just really making me think about, you know, the different characters' perspectives, and there's not really a right or wrong in this situation. I think that that is something that's really great about Colleen Hoover's writing, is you truly understand each person's side. Even though you might be rooting for one person, she really puts you in the shoes of a different person to make you understand where the other characters are coming from. But yeah, that scene of her talking about having Diem in prison was just heartbreaking. I don't even have kids, but just the thought of carrying your daughter for 9 months and then having her taken from you and not really knowing where she's going to go or her future, anything like that, is just so sad to think about. And it was sad hearing Kenna talk about how she didn't even get the chance to fight for Diem. I mean, she really just had no choice but to just give her up right away. I keep wanting to read to hopefully hear that things work out for the characters, and I don't know how to explain it. It's just very sad, but I am really enjoying the book. I am a little nervous about where the story's going. I don't really have too many guesses, but I do know that I can sense that a cry is going to come on eventually. It's bound to happen. I hope that made some sort of sense. I am just feeling so many emotions with this book. I find that with a lot of books that I really love, I sometimes just have a hard time finding the words for the feelings that it's giving me. I don't know, it's a book that I'm thinking about when I put it down constantly. I already feel connected to the characters. I'm already worried about what's going to happen to them, and so I'm going to keep reading tonight. I hope that I can get pretty far. I have tabbed quite a bit in just the 100 pages that I've read. The quotes in this are beautiful. The story is just heart-wrenching, and I am excited but nervous to see what Colleen Hoover has in store for me in this one. So I will update probably in the next 50 pages. I look absolutely disheveled. Today was really busy. We did a lot of wedding planning, and then we took Ellie on a walk, and it was very windy and cold. And so after that whole mess, I read the next 50 pages in reminders of him, and it really just destroyed me. I did cry for the first time. A cry broke out. I didn't record it because I was a little busy, but a cry did break out. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. I took no notes. You get to see some cuter moments between Scotty and Kenna, which I do like seeing. I enjoy reading about the past in her letters. I think that that's a really cool way to learn more about her past and her relationship with Scotty. So one of the cute moments, again, if you don't want to know, just mute it really quick, but one of the cute moments, he buys her something at the store, and she says, "I have so many fingers now. How will you afford to buy rings for all 50 of my fingers?" And it said, "You laughed and pulled me against you. I'll figure out a way." It just makes me really sad. And so there's just so many good quotes and so many things that just really like, if you've read it, the scene in the grocery store, a parking lot, there's just tons of things that make me really, really sad. But the part that got me was when, well, it was after the grocery store scene, and Kenna gets out of the truck, and then she gets to see some videos, and I will leave it at that. But it's just, oh my gosh, that's what broke me. It made me so emotional, and just seeing how it impacted Kenna and how it impacted Ledger, and just, oh my gosh, my heart was breaking the entire time. I mean, it was almost like a happy, sad cry. And again, just, you're so conflicted because you see all of these points of views from different characters, but like, you're rooting for Kenna, like, you're really rooting for her, but you understand at the same time why things are the way they are. And I don't even know what to say. I'm about to like cry starting to think about this book. It's just making me really sad, which I've said a million times. I think I've said the word sad probably 50 times throughout this, but it just really is. It's just a very melancholy feel, because it's this mom that is just fighting for her daughter, but it all comes down to, you know, what's best for her. She has a really good life right now with the people that she's with, and that she's in a very loving home, you know, like her. It's just like, what do you do in that situation? And her daughter's 4. Like, her daughter has a routine, and she is used to these people that love her, and nothing is really different for her. Like, she doesn't really feel like something's missing, and that's been a big conversation in these past 50 pages I read too, is, you know, who is it impacting when Kenna comes back into her life? I mean, she doesn't really know anybody's missing, so I mean, I know that those questions can come later, but I think right now, especially for the people that are rooting against Kenna, it's kind of like, what is her presence going to bring to her when she's already so happy and in a loving home? And I think that conversation is really interesting, because the way that Colleen Hoover wrote this book, it's not just that the people watching Kenna, it's not that they are just really against her just because they want to keep her. I mean, they have their reason. Even though I'm not a mom, I don't think I was expecting it to impact me as much for that reason, but Colleen Hoover just has a way with writing that really puts you in the shoes of other people, and I like that a lot. So I've tapped quite a bit. Like I said, I just keep adding more. So I'm gonna stop rambling, but yes, I'm loving it so much, but I just have this constant like feeling of a cry coming on because I feel like I know these characters and I'm wanting what's best for them, like all of them, because I think that they are all good people. I don't think that there's no clear villain in the story, even though they're all kind of working against each other. Okay, I know I said that I was liking all of the characters and understanding their decisions, but something just happened and I am so incredibly angry with Grace and Patrick. Like, I'm not gonna give it away, but if you've read it, maybe you know it's page, what was it? I didn't even get very far. 156. And I was so angry. I feel so much anger. So I'll keep reading. Maybe it'll change. Maybe I'll understand their decisions. But right now, I'm not fans of them. I didn't want to say that because I know the whole point of the book is to look at different people's perspectives. But I'm very angry with them right now. Hey guys, so I just got off work and I thought while I'm in my car we could do a little change of scenery and talk about the next 50 pages and reminders of him. Stopped at page 202 and these were some of the notes I took. I'm not going to dig the book out of my bag, but one thing I'm liking is that we are learning a lot more about Ledger and his personality. When we're reading from his point of view, you really get to see a deeper look into the conflict that he's dealing with and why everything is so hard on him. Like, any decision that he makes really impacts everyone. He is such a crucial part, and so I think that he kind of sees both sides on it, much like the reader, and that's why it's just, I don't know how to explain it without giving spoilers away, but I really enjoy seeing, you know, I hate saying seeing his struggle, but understanding his decisions more. There's also a quote that I noted on page 196 that says, it's from Kenna, and it just made me really sad. It says, how many losses can one person take before they just throw in the towel? Because it sure is starting to feel like I'm all out of wins here. And that just made me so sad. I feel like Kenna is a character that just really is struggling. Like, she just needs something good to happen, you know? And it's just one thing after the other, and she's trying so hard. And I think that that really shows her strength and her tenacity and just how much she is fighting for her daughter and fighting even for herself. I also love that we're getting to see more of Diem. I know I talk all the time that I really don't like kids in books. I think Colleen Hoover has a special touch where I don't mind her children that she writes in her book. They also mentioned in part of the book, and again, I think it's Colleen Hoover's writing, that she takes something so simple and makes it so profound, you know? But there was a part that it was talking about how quickly we are to judge certain people negatively for their actions, but then, you know, there's other people that you judge almost too favorably. And I thought that was an interesting thought, that, you know, sometimes you can judge people quickly, both in a more negative way and in a more positive way. Like I said, it's not, I get nervous people are watching me. Like I said, it's not like some crazy profound thought, but she makes it seem that way. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to finish the book tonight, but we'll see. I'm going over to my parents' house to do some wedding invites. Those just came in, so we're gonna pack them. I got the stamps. I can show you the stamps that I got because I think that they're really cute. I know that they're just stamps, but look how cute those are. I thought those were adorable, so I'm going to bring those in. And yeah, so I'm excited to keep reading. I will let you know any update. Hello guys, so it is about 9 o'clock at night the next night, and
I am determined to finish Reminders of Him. I have been putting off finishing this book. I heard that it just gets very emotional and I haven't wanted to deal with those emotions. It's already a sad book and I am nervous to finish it. So I thought it'd be fun. I have no idea what's going to happen. I haven't been spoiled for it. As many things as I've seen on TikTok for it, I luckily haven't been spoiled yet. So I thought it would be fun to read the last, I have less than 100 pages left, but I thought it would be fun to sit on the floor and just read with you guys. So I never film clips like this, so I've never like watched myself read, but we'll see how it goes. So okay, I stopped in the middle of the chapter because I got distracted, but I am on page 234.
Through the door, I'm hit by the same old tide, blinded by the lights, and I'm going through changes, but it's easier with you. I'm going through changes, and so are you. I live for the moments when you're around me. Secrets, but I can't keep on, and we're fading in and out together. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the moment. The fuse wide open, stuck in the myself. You bring out the best in me, the side only you can see, and I don't need.
So good. Okay, let's see if I can form some coherent thoughts. As you saw, I finished Reminders of Him, and as you could tell, it broke me. This book is incredible. It has such a powerful message about just forgiveness and second chances and really understanding each other. The last few pages and chapters were just so emotional. The writing in this book was incredible. I tabbed the crap out of it. There were just so many quotes and moments that I knew that I would want to go back and read, and it's amazing. I really loved it. I had to give myself, you know, another day to kind of process what I read. I was exhausted today because just the emotional roller coaster that I went on with this book was just a lot. I've not stopped thinking about it since, and I don't really think I even still have coherent thoughts about it. I am just kind of in amazement with it. Obviously, it is a 5-star read. I think everyone should read this book. I really think that everyone can get a powerful message out of it. Even if you are not someone who typically loves romance, I think that much like Colleen Hoover's other books, or I guess I'm mainly thinking of like It Ends With Us, to me it's just so much more than the romance. I mean, it is a story, like I said, about forgiveness and family, and it's so good. It's so incredible. I really loved it. So please pick this one up, and yeah, I guess that's all I'll say about it. I really loved it, and I can't wait to watch other people reviews and opinions on this book. I think the majority of people have felt the same way I did, that it was a really emotional, impactful read. So I loved it. I cannot speak highly enough about it. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you did, and if you would like to see more bookish content from me, you can hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!